What is up? This is your LA in a minute, and I'm here in the Owens Valley, a peaceful and dry area about 220 miles northeast of Los Angeles, nestled in the eastern Sierra Mountains. But the thing is, before the California water wars, this area wasn't dry. In fact, it was fertile, fed by the Owens Lake and the Owens River, until a syndicate from Los Angeles came and changed the future for both this part of California and Los Angeles. I'm talking about the California water wars. Let's get into it. In the late 1890s, Los Angeles was transitioning from dusty, lawless, Wild West outpost to modern metropolis. The population mushroomed from 10,000 people in 1880 to over 100,000 at the turn of the 20th century. And the LA River was a reliable water source, but not for a city of that magnitude, and the powers that be recognized the need to add to the local water supply. Enter Los Angeles Mayor Fred Eaton, who, along with LA Water Company Superintendent William Mulholland, realized that the Owens Valley had a large amount of runoff from the Sierra Nevada mountains that with some engineering ingenuity could deliver the Owens water to Los Angeles. Working with the Federal Bureau of Reclamation, headed by a close associate of Eaton, the duo used underhanded tactics to claim water rights on the Owens River, which, by the way, was 250 miles away from Los Angeles. To surreptitiously acquire water rights for Los Angeles, Eaton made highball offers to people in Owens Valley, but his eagerness aroused suspicion to the local people in Inyo County. Simultaneously, Mulholland misled Los Angeles public opinion by dramatically understating the amount of water locally available for LA's growth, while also misleading residents of the Owens Valley, saying that Los Angeles would only use unused flows in the Owens Valley. Now, it's important to realize that at the time, the San Fernando Valley was mostly farmland and not technically part of Los Angeles. But that would change when a syndicate, including LA Times publisher Harrison Gray Otis, Norman Chandler, and Moses Sherman, started buying up land in the fertile San Fernando Valley, while simultaneously using their bully pulpit of the LA Times to convince LA citizens that the project was urgent and thusly to pass a bond funding the $23 million project. Even President Teddy Roosevelt got involved and signed an act of Congress to give water rights to Los Angeles, de facto facilitating the project. The syndicate had a vision for Los Angeles to become a metropolis, but it couldn't happen without water. The LA River only had water for 100,000 people. So William Mulholland recognized that the eastern Sierras fed the fertile and lush Owens Valley, and that they could build an aqueduct to drive the water down to Los Angeles using just gravity. Now, make no bones about it, the aqueduct ended up being a true marvel of human ingenuity and engineering. A 233-mile project through the California mountains and desert that took more than 6 years and required more than 2,000 workers and the digging of 164 tunnels. When the aqueduct was completed, it was a celebration for Los Angeles. The LA Times ran the headline, "Glorious Mountain River now flows to LA's gates." The project also depleted the Owens River and decimated the Owens Valley. Behind me is the Owens Lake. I wish I could convey the scale of it, but the thing is 100 square miles. It was one of the largest freshwater lakes in all the United States, all of North America. And then as it slowly drained over those 13 years, it became mostly just mineral remains and dust. Finally, by 1923, farmers and ranchers in the Owens Valley formed an irrigation cooperative headed by Wilfred and Mark Watterson, owners of the Inyo County Bank. They feared for the area's agricultural future and waged a water war, first having sit-ins at the aqueduct to prevent access by employees, which evolved into armed standoffs, and eventually dynamiting the aqueduct, which they did 17 times in a futile attempt to stop the water from flowing to Los Angeles. For the next few years, the conflict continued, and Wilfred Watterson presented the LADWP with two options: to pay the citizens of the Owens Valley $5.3 million in reparations, or to buy out the entire valley for $12 million. But the DWP held firm, and by 1927, as the bombings continued, the Inyo County Bank collapsed and it undermined valley resistance. The Watterson brothers were indicted for embezzlement, tried, and convicted on 36 counts. Soon, Los Angeles owned 90% of the water in the Owens Valley, and water continued to flow in Los Angeles, while agricultural interests in the Owens Valley were effectively dead. Diverting the water didn't just make this area dry, it also caused health problems. Minerals and dust would kick up from the former streams and lake beds and cause respiratory problems for residents for hundreds of miles around this area. Finally, by the 1990s, the LADWP started investing in projects, $2.5 billion, to reduce the dust and emissions. So the Owens Valley today is still beautiful, just a different type of beautiful from when it was fertile, lush, and full of water in the days before the California water wars. All right, LA, it's been a minute.